Hey, what's up, everybody? Aaron coming at you today from New York City one more time. Today is Tactical Tuesday, and I just wanted to give you an update on the iFlip app that I use to trade algorithmically in the market. Let me just log in here. So I opened up the app again, and if you paid attention to the video that I did last time, this app is kind of like Robinhood or M1 Finance in that it enables you to trade stocks from your phone, but it's completely different in the sense that it has the ability to trade stocks 100% all by itself, right? Algorithmically, it'll buy and sell at the right time, using algorithms to calculate when the correct time is. And so I decided to put it to the test. We talked about the SPY 1 profile last time, and this is this one is the one that's not so great because of what it's actually holding inside. If you look at the performance over the past since the beginning, this one came out. This has only been in the market since March 5th. You can see there, it's down 26%. So it's not that different from the S&P. Let's take a look at why. Well, it's holding things like this is a Century Casino, right? So casino stock. You can see. I think you can see why that might not be doing so great. Here's the S&P. The S&P had a good day today, but it hasn't been doing so good for the year. So you'll see that for the day, this is it's done close to 8.93% gains for the day. That's pretty good for the day. But overall, it's holding all the stocks that have like the yellow dots. That's what it's holding right now. And the ones that don't, so the GBTC, the CLOU, and the NOC, which is Nokia. This is the Bitcoin Trust, and this is some kind of cloud computing service that I don't really know about, but it's not holding any of the ones without the dot. Right, so I don't want to spend too much time here because this is the SPY 1 portfolio that is, it's a good way to get into something if you only have $150. So like if I wanted to trade this and I wanted to buy, you can see that it says $150 minimum investment. So if you have absolutely no money and you just want to take $150 out for a test drive, then this is, I mean, you can pick this portfolio, but it's absolutely not it's not performing, right? It's not really doing any better or worse than the S&P. What I really want to talk about today is the SPY Plus portfolio, because this is something that I've been in ever since the app came out. This app came out in January. So let me just scroll through here, right? The app came out in January, and you can see that I put in $1,000. The minimum is $850, but I like 1,000 because it's just an even number. I wanted to see that comma, right? 4 figures, Anyway, so on January, oh no, excuse me, it was January 24th, I believe. Yeah, January 24th, I deposited $1,000, and it didn't do anything until January 27th, where it bought something and it lost a few dollars. And since then, February, this was the crazy crash that we had, and it actually recovered. And I'll show you how it did that in just a second. And then it flattened out, gained a little, flattened out, lost a little, and today it gained. So overall for the year, right, this again, well, not even for the year, only since January 27th, really, you'll see that this portfolio has a positive 5.1% gain on the year. I don't know that any other mutual fund or index fund or anything is positive for the year right now, right? Today is March What's today's date here? What is it? Today is March 24th. Um, on a Tuesday, right? And as of today, I believe the S&P is still down like 20% or so for the year, even with the gain today. But this portfolio you can see is positive 5.1% for the year. Actually, technically just since January 24th. How is that possible? Well, if it's holding things like the S&P, how is this even possible? Well, let's take a look at the history here. You can see that right now, the yellow dot is on the S&P 500, and it is holding it, and it is not holding Apple. Those are the only two stocks or equities that this portfolio is looking to trade: the S&P, or Spider, as we call it, and Apple. It is not holding Apple right now. It is in the Spider right now. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, if it's holding the S&P, how the hell could it be positive 5% for the year? Well, the answer to that is really super simple. We just need to go to the history here, right? And I'm about to debunk some myths for you. Oh, whoops, I'm show more, right? I'm hitting the wrong thing. I'm still learning how to use this thing, because again, this is only like a month or two old. Okay, so on January 27th, deposit $1,000. You buy the S&P, right? Buy the Spider, and then it holds it for about no. Excuse me. This is just the deposit, right? It didn't buy or sell anything. This is just to show that, like, hey, I got $1,000 in there. It waited a whole month to do anything with the S&P 500, right? It bought Apple that on the same day, but it didn't buy the S&P. It waited. This is the thing, guys. With your 401ks and your IRAs, whenever you contribute money into your account from a paycheck, it just buys on the spot, right? Whatever, it doesn't look at, oh, is this a good price or is it a bad price? It just buys that day. This app is smart enough to realize that the price that on January 27th wasn't a good price to buy the S&P. It waited until February 28th to buy it. How did it know? I don't know. Just math. I mean, like, I don't really have the answer to how it knows. I just know that I actually had the privilege of meeting the person who created the algorithms. He's a former hedge fund manager. He actually knew some of the same folks that I knew in the hedge fund world, so I knew he was legit. And really, we got to talking, and so I was all. Bottom line is, I trusted his math to be way better than anything that I could come up with. And so let's see how it did here. It bought the S&P on February 28th. It sold it on March 4th. You see that, right? Sold 2 shares for 306. Now let's see. It bought it on February 28th for 288. So it made money. It knew to get out somehow. I don't know how. And then it tried again on March 4th. No, this is the sell. Excuse me. Yeah, so it sold on March 4th, and it didn't buy the S&P again, right? If you look at the history of the S&P 500, I'm not going to pull it up right now. I wish I had it ready, but March 4th till now has been one of the worst drops in history, right? And it dodged that completely. And then it recently just decided to get in on March 19th, which is at, it bought 2 shares at 238. So let's look at the history for just the S&P. Yeah, I should have known that this had it. So we look at just the past, let's say 3 or just even 1 month or so, right? March 6th it said. So it knew to buy here, or rather February 28th it bought. It knew to buy on February 28th, Wow, look at that timing. That's pretty crazy, right? It knew to buy here and sell, what was it, March 4th, I believe. So did it sell on March 4th? I think so. Let's check. I just want to be 100% sure. Let's see. Oh, it sold it on March 4th. Yep, exactly. So, sorry, I'm navigating this. Let's navigate this a little bit better. All right. Okay. So, all right, let's look at 1 month's history. Okay. So we have the dates now, right? It bought on February 28th and it sold on March 4th. Okay? So it bought low and it sold high right there. That's pretty good, right? And it didn't do anything again until March 19th, right? It bought low. Now it did go lower, right? So it's not perfect, but hey, like it's doing a lot better job than most fund managers out there. It bought down here, and today the S&P, let's see, today, okay. From here, this was, let's just look at the price. It's 222. Oh, sorry. March 19th. It's 239, right? And today, it's at 243. Okay? And I have 2 shares of it. So today's return alone is 40 bucks. Total is $8 because we did experience this little bit of a loss here, right here. But today's total return, I made $8 on this. So overall, it's able to outperform the S&P because it's not always in the S&P. It's getting out at the right times. So overall, this app trading nothing but the spider, the S&P 500 and Apple, since January 27th, has been able to outperform the market by, like, technically, I wouldn't be wrong in saying it outperformed the market by more than 20%. This app, this free app that you can get, I'll put a link to it in the comments section below so that you can get this and download it for yourself. But how many of you are actually losing 20% of your portfolio right now, bleeding out? I know you recovered a little bit today, so it's there. You can kind of see some hope, but going forward, who knows what's going to happen again? How valuable would it be to have an app like this? It's completely free, to have an algorithm that knows when to get in the market and when to get out of the market. How valuable would that be? I'm super happy with it. I'm up total. I started with $1,000 here. I made 50 bucks so far. I don't know anybody that's made 50 bucks in anything trading just index funds or something like that in the stock market right now. You'll see overall that I'm actually only this is actually not the best performance because I'm actually losing money in this. I started this portfolio, the SPY 1, in when it first came out on March 6th. This one I actually had $150 in, and I actually lost $39 in this. So I lost $39 in this so that you guys don't have to. I would not recommend the SPY 1 right now. I'm not a big fan of everything that it's holding, but whatever, it's just $150. And so I spend that so that you don't have to. I would definitely consider putting at least the minimum, which is $850 into the SPY Plus. Download this app. It's a great tool to start. If you're a beginner stock investor, you want to get your feet wet, but you don't want it to burn a hole in your wallet as you're doing so. This is, I believe, the best app. This is the only app that is going to give you an algorithm that's going to time the market for you so that you don't have to learn how to do it. If you choose to learn how to do it, well then great. This is a way you can earn while you learn. Okay, because you can actually trade stocks manually here as well. If you go over here and you find stocks, very similar to any of the other apps that are out there, like Robinhood or M1 Finance or whatever. You're going to be able to trade all these stocks as well manually if you want to. For now, I'm just experimenting with the algo portfolio with the SPY Plus. Highly, highly, highly recommend this. Again, it's performing at positive 5% for the year. What other index fund can you tell me that it is able to do that, right? For the year, it's positive 5.1%. That's crazy, especially in a time like this. This is a great way to get started. Again, it's iFlip. I will give you the link to the app below. It's completely free for iOS and Android. So that's about it for Tuesday Tactics. I just wanted to give you an update on this tool, and I will continue to do so as time goes on, so that you can got a notification. Okay, so I will continue to do so that you guys can tune in. And if you're not ready to download the app just yet, you still want to track its performance for a little bit longer before you put any money into it, that's totally fine. That's what I'm here for. I will continue to keep you posted, see if it's doing well, see if it's not doing well. Probably every Tuesday, because Tuesday is where we talked about tactics and tools. So again, stay away from the SPY 1. Definitely highly recommend the SPY Plus. That's about it for this week's video. Thanks a lot, guys.